Hello all, Nubivore73 here. It's been a while since I've had any videos on my channel, and I do apologize for that. Things have been a little crazy in my life lately, but decided to sort of make a little comeback. I'm actually going to have two series starting in my channel. They're not going to be quite as often uploaded as they were before. Of course, you know, life gets in the way sometimes, but I am going to have some content on my channel going forward, and this is going to be one of the first series. You may recognize this house. This is actually Agrarian Skies. This is a mod pack that is included in the newer Feed the Beast launcher. It was made by Jade Cats, and she included this challenge map called Home Sweet Home. So we're going to be going through this. It's got a definite Skyblock feel, which you know, anyone who knows my channel knows I am a big fan of Skyblock. So we're gonna see what we can do, because this mod pack is really cool. It's got a lot of really cool mods that work well together, and makes for a really interesting and fun challenge. So let's get started. Let's see. How do I turn around? There we go. Alright, so the first thing about this is the cool quest book. Anyone who's seen any other Agrarian Skies videos will be familiar with this, but let's take a look at it real quick. Load.
It has been a
There we
horrible
go.
10 years. Code wizards meddled in the balance of nature and released hordes of monsters from other dimensions on an unsuspecting world. Not satisfied with just destroying the human life, the monsters rampaged across the world, eating everything they could find and leaving nothing in their wake but empty void. The great mage trio Dusk, Vizwi, and Scott approached you with an offer. They had just enough power to protect your home and a small amount of land from the final devastation. In return for their protection, you agreed to collect the materials and resources the creators would need to remake the world once the hordes retreated back to the Hell Realms. The great trio cast their spell to protect you, while the magician way of flowing time forced the evil armies into submission and ordered them back to their dimensions. Upon waking up, you find that the creators, the Jaded One and the Cute One, have left a small amount of supplies to get you started. They apologize for not being able to give you more. If you complete the tasks assigned, you will receive more rewards to help you in your mission. It is up to you to recreate the world, to provide a home for the poor, lonely creatures left alone and homeless. To repopulate
Most of the creatures
planet.
which
To
want
this
to kill
end,
you.
the Jaded One has compiled a list of the many items and fluids that will be needed. This book will magically update your progress as you complete quests, and may at times have new quests added if she sees she missed a requirement. To start, punch tree, get wood.
Sounds familiar. Alright, so yeah, this book keeps track of your progress, which I think is really cool. This is a great addition, because it turns it from just a regular Minecraft map to an actual, almost like an RPG type quest. So you got several quest lines. First one we're going to jump into is Learning to Skyblock, and as you can see, it's got a real branching quest line where you have to complete certain quests to unlock other ones. So let's get started. Alright, so I'm not going to read these, because I've actually tried to record this once before. I screwed up the recording of it, but I also realized that I really can't read all that well. So basically this is teaching me how to use the quest book itself. So it's asking me to craft some wooden planks, which of course means I need to get some trees going. So let's grab an oak sapling and some bone meal. Now it's nighttime, but I think this I think the island is small enough to where I shouldn't have to worry about anything spawning right now, which is good, because I have absolutely no way to defend myself. Alright. Grow. There we go. Alright, let's take this puppy down. Now I'm just going to take some wood out first and leave the leaves, because we'll come back to that for a second, or in a second. Come back in here. Now, Let's go ahead and turn these into planks. So now we have planks in our inventory, so let's go back to the quest line, or quest book. And as you can see, it says this quest is now 100% complete, and I can claim my rewards. I get an apple and a pick of shattered dreams. That sounds depressing. I don't know why they have to call it that. So you go back to the quest line, and now you see we have 2 new quests open. Now this one is going to take a little while to do. But this one we can move right to, and this basically is showing a second way to complete a quest by actually submitting items. The first quest, I got to keep the wooden plank that I made. Just the fact that I made it completed the quest. This one I actually lose a wooden plank by hitting manual submit. So I've got the wooden plank in my inventory. I hit manual submit. That's 100%, but now I've got 7 wood planks instead of 8. So I'm going to claim my reward, which is the quest delivery system. Alright, and this is a device that helps to turn in some quests. So let's take a look at the third quest here. Alright, so the quest delivery system is something that you can submit items through. It also allows you to submit liquids if the requirement for the mission or the quest is a liquid instead of a solid. So let's go ahead and put that down. And I am going to put it down directly underneath this window. Alright, so, and it's, you have to use a hopper for solids. Of course, you'll have to use liquid ducts or fluid ducts for fluids, but we don't have any of those yet. So, the quest book basically says in order to use this quest delivery system, I first have to key it to the quest that I'm working on. So I'm going to hit select task and right click on the delivery system, and that's going to link the two together. So the quest itself is asking for another wooden plank, so I'm going to go ahead and put the hopper down on top of the quest delivery system, and I will submit 1 wooden plank there. Now you'll see it immediately disappeared out of the hopper into the quest delivery system, and now you'll see that the quest delivery system is now blank. So we'll go back to the book, and now that shows 100%. Second part of this quest is I don't get to keep the hopper, unfortunately. No help given, which sounds like a standard Skyblock concept. So I'm going to go ahead and take the hopper back into my inventory. Go back to the book, and I'm going to manual submit that, and that's going to disappear the hopper. So no hopper, but I get a reward. I get a full heart and a reward bag. So let's go ahead and eat that full heart, give myself an extra life. And what am I going to get? Really? I already have one of these. I don't need another one. Not so good reward. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Jeez. Okay. Alright, so let's go back to the quest book and move on. Alright, so the next quest is going to have us setting up some of the basic things we're going to be using. Now this is going to be using a lot of Tinker's constructs, which is good. And we're also going to be using a mod called ex nihilo, which I actually had to look that up. That actually is Latin for basically translate to something from nothing. Ex nihilo is basically how we're going to get all of our resources. So it's a really cool mod. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and build a crafting table. And I'm actually going to convert it to a Tinker's Construct crafting station, because not only is it, it's better than the standard crafting table, but it's also one of the requirements for this quest. See, that's at 100% now. So, and before I do anything else, I'm going to clear. Actually, let me check this. I was looking at this before, and I was thinking to myself, these little decorations in the corners, I think they keep the room from being being useful, because you can't place anything in the corners. Okay, yeah, that's better. So Thanks for the decorations. I'll leave it on the roof, but that that destroys an entire space that I could put stuff in. And this is not a very big house as it is. So let's go ahead and look at the quest book again. Alright, so we also need to make a chest, a part builder, a tool station, a stencil table, at least one oak barrel, although I'm going to make quite a few more, and a crook. Now, let's make the crook real quick, because that is something that we're going to need to use on this tree. So the crook is just like that, 4 sticks, and I'm going to use this crook on the tree, on the leaves, and it's going to give me a much higher rate of drop for saplings and apples, and it's also going to potentially give me a silkworm, which is going to be very useful for getting string, and I think that's actually the next quest. So yeah, so the other series that I'm going to be doing, I've actually been invited to join a private server by a good friend of mine by the name of Darth Manus, and it's him and a bunch of guys that he's been on a server with for a while. They started a new server with a new mod pack, which it's called Resonant Rise, and it is huge. This particular mod pack has like 105 mods on it. The Resonant Rise mod pack has over 200. So it's chock full of goodness. Alright, so let's take the rest of this wood down. And as you can see, I got 3 saplings and a silkworm. Not a huge improvement, but I mean, I've gotten as many as 6 or 8 saplings out of one tree using a crook before. So let's hold on to those, and let's go ahead and make some of the other things that we're going to need. So I'm going to keep 1 log because I'm going to need it to make one of the Tinker's Construct devices. And I'll go ahead and make a chest. Now, if you've never worked, can't talk right now. If you've never worked with Tinker's Construct before, this crafting station is pretty cool because if you put a chest down next to it, you're able to access the inventory of that chest from inside the crafting station menu, which means if you need to, pull anything to add to whatever you're crafting, you have the access to it right there. It's similar to the project tables from Red Power. The other cool thing about this is if you place something in the crafting station and you walk away from it, it doesn't drop it on the floor. It keeps it in the crafting grid. So let's go ahead and get this tree going. Come on, wake up. Wake up! Okay, there we go. And I will grab my crook and get going with that. I'm going to have to get rid of those poles because they're going to do me absolutely no good, and I'm just going to keep trying to attach them to things. Oh, there went my crook. Let me go make another one real quick. That's the only downside about crooks, is they don't have very good durability at all. So I'm going to make a couple actually. There we go. Now, for those of you familiar with Agrarian Skies, you'll know that this is a hardcore mode game, even though it doesn't set your vanilla settings to hardcore. You have a certain number of lives, and if you lose those lives, then the entire map is erased from your computer, and you basically have to re-download it. It also has increased hunger. As you can see, I've already lost half a meat stick. Let's put another sapling down. Oh. So you got to be real careful about what you're doing and how much hunger you're generating from your activities. So I'm hoping to get more apples. Apples would be very nice. There we go. I don't think I'm getting anything from this tree. I mean, I guess I get, I'm going to get wood, so it's not a complete loss, but still. Very, very stingy tree. That's no bueno. I guess I got a couple saplings. Alright. Alright, so we're going to come up here and we're going to go ahead and finish the construction of the Tinker's Construct devices. Let me go ahead and replant. Maybe it'll grow on its own without me having to bone meal it. And finish this quest.